Breakfast time. McDougall day 2. Let me show you the breakfast buffet. What do we got? I haven't eaten yet. I'm about to. So, fruit platter. That looks good. I think I might be loading up on some fruit. What do we got? Rolled oats, oatmeal, puffed rice, corn and puffed millet. What have we got here? I don't know. Oh, that's just sugar, I think, is it? I don't know. A few different kinds of milk. Got some bread wrap things. Tortilla. Also, we can make like a breakfast burrito kind of thing with it. And we've got pancakes, maple syrup, apple sauce, some salsa type stuff. All right, let's eat. Breakfast. Here we are. I'll show you we're in the dining hall. So this is the lecture hall too, and the breakfast hall, the dining hall. I got myself 3 burritos for breakfast. How could you go wrong with a burrito for breakfast? I've eaten 2 of them. I've nearly finished the 3rd, and then I remembered to show you. So it's rice and beans and some salsa in there. It's pretty good. You can't go wrong with a burrito. Say hi, Val.
Hi, Spuddies. Good morning.
Alright, I've been for a second serve and I've got a big pile of pancakes. Woohoo! We don't muck around. When we eat, we eat. Alright, I'll give you hang on. I need 2 hands to cut this. I'm just gonna use my fingers. Alright, here we go. We've got pancakes and maple syrup. McDougall pancakes are good. It's light and fluffy. That's good. I'm going to get through this plate. All right, we're here with Wayne Disinger.
Disinger.
And Wayne did a great talk this morning about lifestyle medicine. So can you give us a quick summary of your talk?
Well, first off, privileged to be here and looking forward to SpudFit. But yeah, so I'm a doctor who's trying to show that number 1, doctors can actually make a decent living practicing lifestyle medicine. And number 2, that we can get the lifestyle medicine choice out to every single patient. So what I want is for patients when they're diagnosed with diabetes or high cholesterol or high blood pressure, I want them to know that that kind of thing is reversible. Not only is it preventable and treatable, but actually reversible if you really apply lifestyle medicine. So we have our 4 foundations. It's nourishment or nutrition, it's movement or physical activity, it's resilience, which means you got to sleep enough, you've got to manage your stress, and it's connectedness. We have to do this kind of thing together as a community. And if we do all of those things, if we have our foundation strong, 80% of our healthcare issues actually tend to disappear. So that was what we were talking about.
Yeah, and it was a really informative talk, and really good to see a doctor, someone who with traditional medical training, sort of stepping outside the square and incorporating these other things that are very, very important. So,
and our goal is to have not just one doctor, but all doctors do this. That's a long ways off, but we're on a path, we're on a mission, and we're making progress.
Well, I hope that you're successful enough that other doctors want to follow your model. So
thank you.
Good luck to you, and thank you for doing what you do. And thanks for your talk this morning.
Absolutely.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Cheers. I'm here with Monica Agawal. Did I pronounce that right? I got to duck down a little bit so I get. so Monica was one of the speakers that we've just listened to. Talk was called Finding Balance. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Sure. So I'm a cardiologist and I have chronic illness, and once I developed a chronic illness I started understanding what it felt like to be a patient and how I didn't want to move away from medication and move towards a holistic lifestyle. And as a cynical physician, I initially thought that it wasn't going to be possible, but I think when you become a patient, you realize that you realize that you really do realize it sucks to be a patient, and that there's got to be another way. There's got to be another way to make yourself better. And so I started learning about nutrition and lifestyle. And so now I teach patients about, I give them cardiac meds, but I give them a complementary approach where they add in lifestyle changes and a focus on nutrition. And I've had huge impact in my clinic.
So it's not just take these drugs and go home.
Not take these drugs and call me in the morning.
And do this other stuff that's beneficial as well.
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
Nutrition is the foundation, and so I think if we get people with their nutrition, the rest will come.
Yeah, okay, and then hopefully if you make those other changes, then you won't need to be on those drugs for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm known as the doctor who takes people off meds, so we often will take people off things, and it's been good, it's awesome.
All right, so where can people find you?
I'm in Florida. I'm at the University of Florida in Gainesville. So we're impacting change there, and hopefully slowly through the state, we're going to permeate the whole state of Florida.
All right, no worries. And let's show your book. So this is Monica's book, Finding Balance, Empower Yourself with Tools to Combat Stress and Illness. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm definitely going to take a copy home with me. All right, thanks for talking to us, Monica. Nice to meet you. All right, enjoy the rest of the day.
You too.
All right, lunchtime on day 2 of the Advanced Study Weekend. Let's check out what we've got. Hey, how you going? We've got some salad there, leafy greens. Got some all this fresh stuff. Beans, corn, potatoes, chickpeas. What's this? We've got a chickpea salad here. That looks pretty good. Bean soup. Alright, starch. Got some rice. Got some quinoa. Bean sprouts, carrots, broccoli. I'm a fan of broccoli at the moment. Here we go, broccoli, green beans, kale and red peppers. Alright, that looks good. We got oyster mushrooms. And then, what's this one? Asian marinated tofu, peanut hoisin dip, Szechuan dip, and Asian ginger dip. And over here, we've got a selection of those things and some fruit. All right, I'm gonna go and get some food. All right, lunchtime. I've got a pile of food. We don't muck around. When it's time to eat, let's load up. So I've got some tofu. It's Asian marinated tofu. Good. I've got some mushrooms, oyster mushrooms. I've got some steamed kale, and there's underneath all that there's some quinoa and some brown rice. There's broccoli. It's all good stuff. I'm going to get it into me. And here next to me is Amie.
Hey.
Is that how you say your name? I've never actually...
Ermina.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was close. It's a Dutch name, right?
Dutch name?
Yeah. So I lived in Holland, so I should know how to pronounce it, but obviously I don't.
That's okay.
So what have you got there?
Well, I have a lot of the same stuff you have. I have quinoa, which is really awesome. Some kale, the tofu, which is amazing.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good. Some bean soup, which I haven't tried yet, but it looks amazing. And then a salad with an avocado cucumber vinaigrette.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
I skipped the salad for this one. I'm just starching up for this one.
There wasn't room on the
plate.
plate.
There, Russell?
Well, I did get some salad hiding deep underneath there.
Yeah.
And then I started to pile a bunch of mushrooms, put mushrooms in my soup.
Oh, good idea.
And then I got a bunch of hot sauce sprinkled all over everything with the quinoa and the bean sprouts.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's eat.
All right. Cheers.
All right. I'm ready. I'm in my room. I've got changed, got my shirt on, got my pants on, ready to rock and roll. I'm feeling calm but anxious but ready. It feels a bit like when I used to play football, or when I was up for a big kayaking race, and I knew that I'd done the work. I knew that I was ready to go and do my thing, but still there's this sort of nervous excitement happening. So I've just had a bit of a quiet moment in my room. Well, not that quiet. I've been playing some very loud Rage Against the Machine. Bulls on Parade if you're interested in which song. And I'm about to head back over to the room, and I'll be up on stage in about 15 minutes. Alright, just getting ready to do my talk. And Dr. McDougall's going to introduce me in 20 seconds. So there's the room.
10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And welcome back. I'm a little afraid to smile because I think maybe I have some broccoli. Another fantastic lunch. We are really sorry that you folks in Mumbai, India, missed it. I've been there. I wish you would have had a chance to travel here. Lunch was fantastic. I have no doubt it would have been enjoyed all over the world. What do you think? Yeah. But it wasn't my favorite food. The broccoli was great, the rice was great, the tofu was great, the spinach was great. But what's my favorite food? Potatoes. Yeah, absolutely, potatoes. And last night, some mashed potatoes. Not just because I'm Irish, not because that was the only food that my mother really knew how to cook. My brother, Dr. William McDougall, who's here, whose familiar name to the family is Bill. He knows that the reason he and I and our sister Linda and Kay are alive today is because our mother could make mashed potatoes. And mashed potatoes and peas and corn and gravy, you know what the gravy was made with. That was undoubtedly my salvation. I was just asking a few minutes ago, when was I popular? Oh, really? When was I popular? What they really meant is when was I, because you saw pictures of me with Henry Heinley on a TV show called McDougall MD. Maybe that was 20 years ago. And I looked a little tiny bit younger then. The question was, when did I get on an airplane, travel to a city, sleep in a hotel, get up and do TV and radio shows all day, get on another airplane, go to another city. When did I do that? That was late 80s, early 90s. So I've been at this, I told you, I've been a doctor for half a century, and I've been at this for 40 years. But, and that's really the question, when will I become popular? Probably never, I hope not. Thank goodness there are people who not only have taken Mary's and my message seriously, but have been able to communicate it. That's the key, is communication. To communicate it to the public. You look at me, Dr. McDougall, Mary, Nurse Mary McDougall, and say, oh, they're just unusual people. But what if a common everyday person could take this message and do it and save himself, his family, and so on? And you said, this person is, you know, he's just kind of like me, same kind of background. He go to medical school, etc. You say, what if that person could do this, then maybe I could. And that's where communication comes in. That's where our next speaker and so many other people, men and women around the world, have taken what I've learned, what I've learned from my mentors. I mentioned them, and they do deserve many mentions, such as Nathan Craven, Dennis Burkett, Roy Swank, Walter Kepner. In my footsteps, and those of Dr. Ornish and Dr. Bernard and Esselstyn and Campbell and so on, in our shadows, and believe me, life is passing. There's a great army of men and women out there who picked up this message from whatever point of view that they can tell it. Either kind of like get in your face like I do, or kind of like Mary does. Look at it, works for me. In whatever way they can do it, they have taken this very simple message and shared it with the public. And that's why it's a great honor for me to introduce you one of the best communicators that I've met in the last 2 years. and your trailer all the way from Australia. Welcome.
So I don't have any footage of my actual talk to show you. You need to sign up to the McDougall website to get access to the talks themselves. Dr. McDougall was happy to let me show you that little clip of his introduction though, which was very nice of him. But anyway, here's a selfie I took before I started my talk. I went up on stage and I took this selfie that you'll see now. Alright, so I finished my talk and it was awesome. It was epic. It was, I'm buzzing. I didn't have to. I hung around and spoke to lots of people afterwards and I signed lots of books. It was just awesome. I had the best time. It was like time stood still for a little while, and then all of a sudden I was getting shown the 10 minutes to go sign. I was like, what? Haven't I only just started? This is crazy. It was just awesome. I got a standing ovation. Did I say that already? I got a standing ovation. And yeah, Dr. McDougall did an amazing introduction for me, and I just got so much great feedback at the end of it. And at one point I noticed Dr. Michael Clapper was sitting in the audience, and that freaked me out a little bit. I was like, oh, what? Dr. Clapper's here to see me? Hadn't seen him here before that. And yeah, I got a big hug from him and signed a book from him at the end, and Dr. McDougall was really happy with it, and it was one of the highlights of my life. It was just a really, really special thing for me to do, and unbelievable for me to think that a bit over a year ago, if she had told me this was happening, I would have just thought that was just a totally insane idea, that I could go from where I was to talking at the McDougall Advanced Study Weekend and doing, if I do say so myself, doing a really good job of it. So yeah, what a day. I'm on cloud 9, and now I'm going to go back in and watch another talk. All right. Amena Van Dyken gave us a great talk. Amena's a surgeon from Hawaii. Can you give us a little summary of what you did, what you talked about?
Yeah, sorry? I totally can. So my talk, the title of it was 10 Ways a Plant-Based Diet Will Help You Avoid the Scalpel. So I basically picked 10 ways that I think adopting a plant-based diet will help you avoid going under the knife. I had tons of different ways. The biggest things were like the stuff we know about, like preventing heart disease, that sort of stuff.
Big one.
Diabetes, again, is a huge one. Other than that, other things like gallstones you never think about. I talked a lot about obesity and the ramifications of that, how it makes surgery so difficult. It was a long talk, very detailed, but hopefully you got some information.
I really did, and my favourite bit, as with last time I saw you talk, was your thoughts on the gut microbiome, which you're kind of an expert in. By the way, did you ever do that testing? You know what? Yeah, I tried, but in Australia it's not so easy to get that testing done. So it was sort of, you've got to be in hospital to get it done. I know here you can sort of do it by mail order, but that doesn't exist in Australia. So I
was so curious because we were talking last time. Like, what would your microbiome be like on a year of potatoes? It would be super interesting. Yeah.
Well, what I can say was that when I switched back to other whole foods, it was quite easy. Like it didn't really have too much trouble with it. So I think maybe I had a pretty good balance of gut flora. But there's no way to know for sure.
We can only speculate.
So can you give us one tip on how to get good gut flora?
Yeah, totally. So good gut flora, you really want to incorporate fermented foods into your diet. So you want to be looking at things like kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, like things that are really fermented.
Okay, so maybe, sorry to interrupt you, but I did actually drink a bit of kombucha last year. So I liked it, probably not often, maybe like 2-3 times a week I had a kombucha, so maybe that helped.
Maybe that helped. So there's a lot of live bacteria in that. But the other thing too is the prebiotics. So kombucha has probiotics in fermented foods, so those are the bacteria, but the prebiotics are kind of the ones that feed your bacteria. So you want to get a lot of like prebiotics in fibrous foods, the starches, the beans, that sort of stuff, leafy vegetables, they're awesome.
All right, cool. Well, thank you. It was a
Yeah,
great talk.
anytime.
And yeah, we'll hoping to get a podcast episode done over the weekend. So if you want to listen to that in a few weeks on the Spud Fit podcast, that'd be cool. And where can people find you?
They can find me on our website. So we do a YouTube channel, Instagram, and Facebook. It's called Out of the Doldrums.
I love the name, by the way.
Yeah. So the
it's good.
doldrums, for those of you that don't know, like the doldrums are the areas in the tropics where there's no wind. So I'm a big sailor. So when you're in an area with no wind, it sucks, and you're kind of stagnant in your life.
Yeah.
And out of the doldrums is kind of getting out of that stagnant part of your life. So
Yeah.
out
All
of the
right.
doldrums.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Sorry, mate. I'll just do my little video, and then I'll have a picture with you. All right. So little bowl of spinach. That's a big bowl of spinach we got here. We got a few beans, and like the other meals, we got all these things here. We've got Southwest couscous salad with some beans and things in there. We've got a couple of yellow pepper vinaigrette and a creamy ranch dressing. We got some spuds. I see them. What's this one? We've got a tortilla soup, and we got some green beans. We got some brown rice, and we've got some baked potatoes. We got white Mexican beans, Mexicali beans. And we've got layered Tex-Mex lasagna. That sounds good. I'm going to get some of that into me. And we got some enchilada sauce, and then we come over here. Oh, look at that. Peach oatmeal crisp. That looks good, doesn't it? All right. I'm excited. Time to get some food. All right. This is Dustin Rudolph. Dustin spoke just before dinner, and I especially like Dustin because he's a pharmacist who's telling us to avoid drugs, which is quite a paradox, I guess. But can you tell us a little bit about your what you talked about, Dustin?
Yeah, so I'm doing my best to educate the rest of the world on the truth behind the medications and how they work for certain diseases. I gave a talk on type 2 diabetes today, preventing and reversing type 2 diabetes with lifestyle medicine instead of prescription medications, because when it comes down to it, the more medications that you're on, if you're a diabetic or have another chronic disease, actually the worse off you are and the more miserable and sick you get, and your disease will never go away. Doesn't matter how many pills we throw at you. The disease is not caused by a lack of pills in your blood supply. It really isn't.
It's not a pill deficiency?
No, it's not a pill deficiency. It's not a pill deficiency. It's a deficiency of the right nutrition coming into your body. It's a deficiency of moving your body, exercising on a daily basis. You got to get the food right. So most of it's probably 90% of it is getting the food right, and then move your body. It's the other 10%.
Yeah.
And once you do that, you can do wonders. And these medications, the success rates on these medications are not what they tell you.
Yeah.
They are anywhere between 1, 2, 3% success rate on avoiding complications of diabetes and avoiding death from diabetes. And then they give you anywhere from a 1 to 15 or 20% chance of having some kind of a side effect from the medication.
Yeah.
So if you're out there, you have type 2 diabetes, change your diet. Don't run to your doctor and get a bunch of pills and think that that's going to fix it, because it's not.
Yeah. All right. That's you reminded me of something. I think it was T. Colin Campbell who said there's no such thing as side effects. There's only effects. And
That's right.
Some of them you want, some of them you don't.
That's right. There's positive and there's negative effects, and usually when it comes to the drug, the negatives are either equal or outnumber the positive effects.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, I love what you do. It's pharmacists typically make money from selling prescription drugs, and we've got a pharmacist here who is actively talking against that, which is quite unique, I think. So thank you, and great speech, and
Thank you.
go and enjoy your dinner. Oh,
Thank you.
First of all, before that, where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me at www.plantbasedpharmacist.com, and that's my website. I have tons of articles on there for free and all kinds of information.
Yeah, and your book is called?
My book is called The Empty Medicine Cabinet, so you can go to theemptymedicinecabinet.com and you can get it there, or on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com.
I'm gonna hit Amazon and get myself a copy of that.
Thank you.
All right, thanks,
Thanks,
you.
Andrew.
Enjoy your dinner.
Appreciate it.
Day done. Amazing day, incredible day. Talking to the I can't even talk. It was truly one of the highlights of my life. It was amazing. It was cool. It was close to as good as life gets. I'm very, very grateful, and I'm lost for words. I'm very tired. That was a draining day. It took a lot of energy and mentalness. See, I told you I can't think. It took a lot of energy to focus, and yeah, it was good. I loved meeting so many people and talking to so many people. Yeah, it was a great day. Have I said that already? All right. Tomorrow's another big day. I'm really looking forward to seeing Doug Lyle talk. His and Alan Goldhammer wrote the book together called The Pleasure Trap, which is one of my favorites. I'm really, really looking forward to hearing Doug Lyle's talk, and of course all the other speakers as well. There we go. I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm not doing a very good job of it. Spud up, everybody. Thanks for watching.